Hello everyone! Welcome to the McGarry Fashion YouTube channel. And today we've got our fabulous friend, Howey on Instagram. He's a fashion model, an influencer, and a content writer, aren't you?
Content writer, content creator is what I'd call myself. So yeah.
He's pretty much every creative thing you could think of. So yeah, I mean, happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Hannah, and everyone here at McGarry Fashion. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're very interested with speaking with you today because I think, in Dundee, there's not really a lot of influencers around. You're probably one of the two that I know, and one of them was from Glasgow and just moved here. I believe it's Amanda. Can you let us know how you started? You know, what made you think like, oh, I want to be a fashion influencer?
I didn't know there were other influencers here in Dundee. We've got Amanda Honey Pop Kisses on Instagram, and quite recently, last year, I discovered another influencer called Dad Download. Yes,
I wasn't aware.
So Dad Download, he is more like a daddy blogger, and he's got about over 30k followers on Instagram, and he's doing quite well actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, he won the influencer awards in Monaco last year for his category from Dundee.
Wow.
So Dundee's got all these little hidden gems.
Why are we not promoting about this, Dundee? Like seriously. Oh my God.
So Dundee's got all these little gems, and I'm just so grateful to be one of those. And how I started was I used to have a customer service related job, nothing creative at all, but I've always been a fashionable person. Always had creativity in me. And when Instagram started, I started posting pictures online of me and my son, and people would ask me, oh, you guys look so good, where is that shirt from? Where are those pairs of shoes from? And I thought, why don't I maybe have a blog, like a website, so people could just go onto the website and have all this information there. And my friend at the time, still my very good friend, Alberto, he owns now an online magazine called 5 Style. He said to me, Howie, you've got so much potential. Why don't you delete all the content on your Instagram and start from scratch? Pretty much make all your content visually aesthetic, more meaningful, because then I would post pictures of me on a night out, having a meal, so it had no clear niche or context. And that's what I did. And when I started doing that about 3 years ago, my audience started to grow. Where I was pretty much just posting content that was fashion and lifestyle related. I was able to have clear communication with the people who followed me and redirect them onto my blog. Then I remember quite clearly how a brand from America, they sell sunglasses, and they reached out to me and said,
was that the first?
The very first one, yeah. And they said,
oh, from America.
I know, right? And they said, oh, we're gonna send you some sunglasses. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting free stuff. I've only got like about 900 followers.
That was a good start, really.
I know, and I feel that it was during Valentine's period, and that was like one of my very best contents, because for me, I wanted to create the best content for a brand who were gifting me stuff. And since that collaboration, I then had other brands reaching out to me, and it could be, we see you doing skincare stuff, do you want to write a blog post for us? Do you want to try out our skincare product? Do you want to come to this event? And that's how I just organically grew. And I started getting reposted by big accounts where if there was any brand I wanted to work with, I would take a pic. I would go onto their Instagram, take a picture of what their aesthetic looks like, tag them, and if that picture looks like what they would repost, then they would repost my picture.
So would you say that's like one of the best tips that you could give in order to grow your Instagram if you want to be like, let's say, a fashion influencer or work with brands like that?
Absolutely. see what the brands really want to work with, what they're doing, create a video, create a photo, and tag them. And it's quite surprising. You might think a brand has got 20 million followers. There is no chance on earth they're going to see what you're doing. Trust me, they've got people who it's their job to go see what's online about them. So this brand would see you and they would choose to message you or not message you, but just create the kind of content you want this brand to repost and tag them. That's how I grew.
So how would you actually describe your aesthetic? Like your fashion aesthetic, your Instagram aesthetic? I think you're not just like a fashion influencer, actually you're like a lifestyle brand.
Absolutely. Now my style of content is very editorial. I used to shoot very like editorial style content where it was like very posy, and even like the editing, that's like my personal style. That's what I love creating.
Yeah,
and
I'm guilty. I'm not even an influencer. I'm guilty of just like over posing on pictures and everything.
I know. And but the thing is, like, I love to strike the balance, because this day to see a lot of brands who just want you to be in the most natural and comfortable environment, and that could be walking on the street, being at the gym, walking the dog, being in a car, you know, just everyday scenario. But even then again, I still try to stay true to myself in terms of making my content quite editorial. And in terms of my fashion sense, I love mixing premium and luxury and affordable fashion, and just being able to make something I buy from ASOS or something I buy from New look like it's from Versace, or look like it's from you name it, and a big brand. That's what I cater to for my audience, how to make your things look much more expensive and nice. So yeah, it's
like blurring the lines.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's not always about the price of the product, the brand of the product, you know, it's how you style it and how you wear it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So now, what have you got in terms of like projects, and what are you currently working on? What are you, you know?
It's quite exciting, because being able to transition what I do as an influencer into what I do now. Like, remember I said earlier, I started writing for some fashion magazines. I would do styling for magazines. I would get involved being in front of the lens and be behind the lens. And thanks to Instagram, it's how my modeling career got, you know, kicked off and how it got started. So I have been able to work with literally the best people in the industry, being in the same room with literally the best people in the industry, and just learning. So right now, I got my own content creation agency, and that's to help upcoming emerging luxury fashion and lifestyle brands create content that will help them stand out, create content that they could think, oh my god, I haven't got that big budget. How do I create content? How do I make our stuff be seen on a bigger scale? And in terms of fashion, that's why we create content based on our aesthetic, organize events, invite influencers, press coverage, and all of that stuff. So that's something I'm doing right now in terms of my content creation agency. I still work closely with quite a few brands like Acqua di Parma, Estee Lauder. Fashion wise, there's so many brands to think of the top of your head, but yeah, that's what I do now, and these are all the projects I've got in line, and it's exciting.
So you've obviously like worked with a lot of brands already. Were there brands that you had to kind of like reject because, you know, it doesn't fit your aesthetic, or you don't believe in the product, in the vision of the product, or in the company itself?
Absolutely. Now, sometimes the money can be quite tempting, and sometimes these brands just want to give you stuff. But the thing is, if it isn't something I would comfortably wear every day, if it isn't something I would spend my money to buy, then I don't see the point, because the people who support me are in my audience would see through that and go, why is Howey wearing that? That's definitely nothing like how we would wear. So I wouldn't like, you know, collaborate with that. I have had some skincare brands reach out to me, and I be like, not really, sorry, not for me. And even clothing brands, don't want to name any names just now, but it's something I would consciously, just brands that I know my audience would love, something I feel has some sort of value behind it, because that's what I stand for. Yes.
So, like, the influencer market is saturated. I mean, there's plenty of influencers around. So how do you keep yourself relevant, and how do you still get following regardless of the market?
The key is stay authentic, being authentic in what you do, staying true to your audience, staying true to what really makes you happy as an influencer. I mean, we all grow, we all evolve, our style changes. For instance, I could say this couch is my favorite couch, and tomorrow I could go like, no, I actually don't like this color of this couch. I prefer a pink couch or a white couch. But being able to communicate that clearly with your audience and just staying true to yourself, that's the best way to grow. And in terms of growth as well, I would say create content that is maybe educative or entertaining. If you're funny, show your personality. People love to see personalities when it comes to social media, because it's social media for a reason. You want to be able to relate to people for them to buy into you and essentially love what you do. So that's my advice to growing organically. Stay true to yourself. Be authentic.
That's definitely the top tip of the day. Like, be authentic, but be you. Right? I think we've gathered a lot of knowledge on this episode, so we'd like to thank Howey for sharing all the knowledge with us.
Thanks for having me.
And hopefully follow us on Instagram, McGarry Fashion. Follow Howey on Instagram. I'll put the link down below to his Instagram and also his creative agency. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye guys.